morning, good evening, and welcome back to warthunder. For today's video, we are going to be playing the M4A3 105, a very strong tank at battle rating 3.0. Now the M4A3 105, as you can guess from the name, it's a M4A3, but with a 105mm howitzer, which is quite insane. You have your M1 high explosive shell with 2 kilos of just pure high explosive, which means you're gonna overpressure basically everything. And if you for some reason can't really overpressure, you have a M67, a heat round with 130 millimeters of penetration, and you also have a 50 cal for most light targets. So a very powerful tank in terms of firepower, meaning you can basically kill everything you're gonna face. What about the armor then? Well, the armor again is pretty damn good for this battle rating. You have a front plate that is 63mm thick. Now the effective armor is around 70 to 80, but you can get it up to 100 if you're angling. And the turret again, ranging from around 80 to up, like it can go up to like 90, 100. So very hard to kill frontally. The only weak point you really have is gunner's thingy at the front, but if you hide that, you are very easy, very hard to kill. And the mobility again, it's decent, 500 horsepower. You can go 42 forward, but you only have a reverse of 5, so pretty decent mobility, insane firepower, and pretty damn good armor as well. So in general, the M4A3 105 is a very strong tank force. Now, how do you actually kill things in the M4A3 105? I've seen quite a lot of players, including myself back in the day, and I've also gotten quite a few questions on how you even use the high explosive shell, and you're gonna see me fail with this a few times as well in this video. But when you're facing a tank with a turret, you need to aim for the lower part of the turret cheeks, because if you hit it correctly, most likely what is going to happen is that you hit it and you're gonna overpressure the roof of the actual hull. You can also aim for the commander's cupola if it's large enough, or you can just try and smack it, just shoot it directly and hope for the best. And when you're facing open tops and very lightly armored, you can hit them wherever and they're just gonna get absolutely slammed. But when you're facing a bit more heavily armored tanks, shoot for the turret cheeks at the lower part to overpressure the hull roof, or you can aim for the commander's cupola to actually kill things. But if you're struggling with that, or if you're having trouble killing things even with those tips, you can always switch to the heat rounds, which have a penetration value of 130, and at 3.0 you're not going to be facing things that have more than 130 millimeters of armor. So for example, a SU-122, it's very hard to kill from the front with high explosive, so we are loading our heat rounds to just go straight to the front, which we do, killing the driver and gunner, leaving him in place. Then we're just gonna flank around him and also killing this Swedish 40mm AA truck with our heavy MG, so as we don't waste our round and have to wait for the reload. And then we just turn around and kill this SU-122. So in some cases you need to use the heat rounds, but most cases the high explosive is definitely enough. Now here I made a bit of a misplay. I was a bit too far forward, don't really have much support in terms of teammates, and we're just nothing at A as well. So we are just going to have to kind of bunker down here and hopefully kill off everybody before they can kill us and swarm us. Now, pretty bad shot on the Panzer III. I said you need to aim for the turret cheeks or the commander's cupola, and as I didn't do that, our high explosive round really did nothing at all. But no worries, we're just gonna use the SU-122 as cover while we try to kill off as many of his teammates as possible. Unfortunately, this can be quite hard to do with a high explosive round when firing at further distances and when you don't even really see them. But now we are face to face with a D28. Again, pretty poor shot from me, need to aim for the turret cheeks. But now we're just getting absolutely swarmed, so I decided to load heat. Looking back at it, I should have just kept with my high explosive. But it is what it is. Not really sure how that doesn't hit him, but we're gonna smoke him off and focus on the tanks to our left. But unfortunately, we do get killed off by a CIS-30. So after dying to the CIS-30, which is a tank that can actually kill us with a very powerful gun, we're gonna use a backup, head back towards B to just take it again for our teammates, and then we're gonna start moving in towards the middle of the map again, since both capture point A has been taken and the center of the town has just been cleared out by the enemies, so we need to be quite careful as to not push it too far out, since we don't have a lot of teammate support here. But just peeking around the corner, seeing that it's clear, we are going to start moving up, and then we come face to face with a T-50. Now this is a tank which is pretty well armored, and how you kill this thing, you aim for the turret cheeks, or you aim for the massive cupola on the top of the tank. So after blocking a shot from him, we're just gonna calmly approach, wait for the reload and overpressure him by hitting him in the commander's cupola. After the T-50's death, we're just gonna keep moving forward to secure a good position where we can defend B from. Since our teammates have control over C and we have control over B, we don't really need to take the other cap point as well, and we just need to defend the capture points we already have. So we're gonna place ourselves in a pretty good position where we can be hulled down, hide our main weakness, and just keep knocking enemy tanks out so they can't capture point B. With 13 kills total, we earn a total of 11,000 research points and 37,000 silver lions. And for the second game, we are on Sinai, and we have taken the tank over toward the seaside. And the reason I took it over towards this side of the map is because on this side of the map you tend to be in a closer proximity to the enemies, which means I won't be having as much trouble hitting the high explosive shells where I need them to hit, and it's just gonna be easier for me to make use of the shells and the tank. And even though we are at close range, most things won't really be able to get through us, or they will at least struggle to penetrate us. Now, I'm not really sure what that Turan was doing. I'm not sure if he just wanted to get to a position or just didn't notice I was capping. But anyways, we do kill him, and I was kind of surprised because there was not a lot of enemies here. There's always quite a few enemies. But we do see a SD cave said 222. So behind that rock, we're just gonna mark it and then hit some artillery on there. And then we're also going to try and kill off this Italian M15, 13, something like that. Unfortunately, we don't manage to kill him with one shot, but we can just push him since his bird is out and the SDK side can't really do shit against us. So we're just gonna push it. Fortunately, we don't kill the M15, but we do kill the SDK set with the heavy MG. And we're gonna start moving back a bit since we don't want to be just right up on the spawn. Now we are going to get up towards C6, and from here we're gonna basically be able to kill everybody on the sniping hill, plus we will be able to partially defend B and defend C as well. So first off, we have two German tanks. We're gonna angle towards the first one and aim right for the lower turret, overpressuring him, and then we're gonna reload and do the same thing to the other Panzer III. Aim for the side of the turret and overpressure him through the hull roof. With those two targets now eliminated, we're gonna put ourselves in a bit safer position from one of the spawns, and we're gonna start looking in towards the middle of the map for any targets to kill. And with our small little rampage on the hill almost over, we're gonna finish off this Turan one who just failed to kill us from the back with a shot to the side of the turret again, and now the enemies have started to appear in the middle, pushing towards B, and we are in a prime position to start taking them out as well, starting with this Japanese tank, overpressuring him through the side of the tank, and then we were going to try and shoot the long gun with our heavy MG, but once our tank just reloads, it's easier to just switch and kill him off as well. With our tank repair, we're just gonna move forward to eliminate this Panzer III. Pretty easy shot, but unfortunately I aim a bit too low, hitting the side of his hull instead of the turret, but we are going to try and kill him again with the second shot, heading right for the turret, overpressuring him, but the Chiha long gun with its massive gun just smacks us right through the turret, unfortunately. When we get back, the game is again basically over. We only have one chance left to kill a German SPAA in the other spawn, so we are going to attempt to arc a high explosive shell right over. Fortunately it goes a bit too short, but we can't finish him off with the heavy MG. So with 12 kills in total, we get 9,000 research points and 33,000 silver lions. So the M4A3 105, is the tank any good? Should you get it, or is it a tank that you maybe skip and not crew? Well, I would definitely say it's worth a grind. The M4A3 is the first tank you're gonna get in rank 2 if you're grounding the anti-tank line or tank destroyer line, and it's a very fun line in general, but the M4A3 105 is definitely a standout. It's a very fun tank. You get to learn how to use high explosive, which is a pretty good thing to know how to do, and it's just overall very fun to use. Most things can't really go through you reliably, and you can just bonk them with high explosive. So in my opinion, it's definitely a tank you should try.